Hey, I'm TJ Schwanke. You know, the more I go to Africa, the more I realize how little I actually know about Africa. It's a huge continent and it's got an incredibly vast array of flora and fauna. So to go there for one or two trips and think you really know Africa, well, that's just kind of ridiculous. The other thing that drives me absolutely nuts is when you get some internet expert going on about hunting in Africa and they've never even been there. Now, on today's episode of Outdoor Quest TV, we're headed to the Selous in Tanzania, and we're going to be hunting hippo with Heritage Safaris. Now, hippo are one of those animals, there's a lot of mystery surrounding them, and I have to admit that I didn't know much about them either before we went there. But we chose to hunt them on land, and as we found out, hippos are one of the most dangerous animals you can hunt in Africa. They actually account for more deaths than any other land mammal on the continent. Now, the other thing I didn't know about hippos is what intensive grazers they were. We were hunting along the Rufiji River, and for about 2 or 3 miles inland on both sides of the river, the grass was literally grazed right down to the dirt by the hippos. So managing hippo numbers is really important, not only for the health of the habitat, but also so they don't overcompete with other grazers. So for this hunt, we chose to use the 375 H&H, and on top of that, I've got a 2.5 to 10 Zeiss Victory HT. Now I chose this rifle for a couple of reasons, but the primary one, I shoot it very well. Even though a hippo is a really big animal, we're shooting at a very small target. We're shooting for the brain. So having a scoped rifle is a must. Now, if things go horribly wrong, you're gonna have a PH backing you up behind you with a double. So not to worry about that, but if you do your job and place your shot precisely the first time, it is instantly lights out and there's gonna be no issues. Now, for this hunt, I chose my favorite, the 250 grain GMX. And even for a 2-ton animal like the hippo, it's more than adequate. So forget everything you think you know about hippo hunting and come along with us on our hippo hunting adventure in Tanzania. You know, most places they hunt hippos in the water, and for me, I just wanted to do it on land. And we've talked to Stefan at the Calgary Africa show. He said, "Oh yeah, well, it's the only way we do it." And until you get here, you don't realize how much. So this is actually a hippo highway, and there's no doubt you can see all the hippo poo there. But the hippos are all out in the river right now. You can see hundreds of them, but they come up onto the land to feed at night. And then the other thing they do here is there's all these very small ponds inland. And a lot of times when a big hippo gets beat up or kicked out of a group, he'll go up there and sulk. So, you know, it could be a mile, 2 miles from the river. So, you know, even though they're still in a little bit of water, you're up hunting hippos on land. So it's pretty cool, you know, for somebody who wants to do hippos in a totally different way. You know, here in the Selous with Heritage Safaris, it's a pretty good way to do it. So hopefully we get our chance soon. So one thing I definitely didn't know about hippos is how much they travel, but this is a hippo trail.
This is a hippo trail. They walk 2 feet at a time. 2 right feet, 2 left feet.
So they actually come up on these grasslands and graze alongside the buffalo and the wildebeest and everything else.
They go 5-6 kilometers out or more.
So managing their numbers must be important because they must be able to eat a lot of grass.
Exactly.
You can see here there's no grass left.
And that's from the hippos grazing it down.
Yeah.
I had no idea that hippos did this. I mean, you always see hippos in the water and you think they eat water plants and things, but they actually come up here and graze right alongside all the other animals. And you said last couple of years you had bad drought, and we've seen quite a few hippo carcasses around.
There's 20 or 30 died around here.
And that's just from starving from the
lack of grass and the drought. Yeah.
So they just keep having to go further and further to find grass. But if you look around here, I mean, this is just eaten down to nothing. And, you know, you'd think it was buffalo or something like that, but it's actually the hippos. That's amazing. I never would have guessed that. The things you learn in Africa. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Zeiss, we make it visible. Defense Aerosols, bear spray, for when your life depends on it. Closed captioning brought to you by Bowtech. Discover the world's greatest bows, including the all-new Realm, Bowtech's newest smart bow.
So we're a long ways from the river here, but there's a hippo actually in this pond here, and what Stefan was saying, sometimes when the older bulls get beat up by a younger bull or something, they'll come inland like this and just kind of live out their last days in these ponds, but we haven't really got a good look at them yet. We just know it's a bull. They're apparently really hard to judge. For a guy from Alberta, they're really hard to judge. Well, he dove under and we've never seen him again, so we'll go looking more.
Careful. Wait. Okay, let me check the size again. No bumps.
Yeah.
We leave him. Come back. Go back. We come back. Not big bull. Huh? Not. Mm-mm. Not. Leave him, huh?
Yeah.
Come, we go for biocheck there.
Too small, Stefan?
Yeah, not big.
Not big.
No, I mean, it's a bull, everything correct with it, but not
Just a young bull.
not what we are looking for, or not a good trophy, you know.
Yeah.
It must not mean with them that they are not, it's just not a good trophy bull.
It was a little exciting when he was coming towards us. Though. There's a path right here that looks like he's been using, and we thought he was going to come right up and out the path, but they wanted to get a look at him to see how big he was before we committed to shooting him, and Glenn has decided he wasn't big enough, so we'll move along.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters.
There's a big hippo in a very small pond here, so this could happen fast as we walk up.
No, it's fine. Good. No, it's fine. Perfect. He comes up, yeah, perfect. Now it's good position in the ear, and then continue to shoot. Huh? Perfect. Again, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Just shoot on the neck. Spike. Come. Good. Huh? Dumm. Hm? Well done. Perfect shot. Well done.
Looks like we got a hippo. He was just in the small pond here, and he was laying down, but we were worried he was going to get up and run very quickly, so we decided to shoot him there. He really had nowhere to go. He was probably going to run quickly if he
Yeah,
got
exactly,
up.
you know. And it was good bull, and afterwards we had the first one in a too big pot, you know, and it was not such a nice bull. It would be stupid to let him run, you know. It was
Yeah.
a perfect opportunity. And did you see how shallow the water is? It's actually on the land, you know, like you should do it.
We got a very clean kill shot on him. Shot him right in the brain on the first shot, and just put the second one in for backup. But I don't think he needed it. But never be too careful.
Exactly. Yeah.
A big animal like that, you want to knock them down quickly.
Yeah. You know, we only have 2.5 tons, maybe even more, so it's really a big animal, you know.
Yeah.
it's after the elephant, the biggest one you can hunt, you know. So.
So 5,000 pounds of hippo meat out there for us. So.
They are strange animals when you see them close.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at the whiskers.
And you see, and then what is also strange, I mean, they are completely normally plant eaters, that they have this thing, and then also that when they want to fight you, that they bite you, you know, that they don't pull you down, that they try to bite you first. And you see how sharp this one is?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen, then it goes down here, so it's a long tusk, you know, it's like by a hawk, you know.
Yeah.
It's in here, inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so way more inside than outside?
Yeah. And you know, the one was Luke taking. They say it was trying to bite him in the leg, was biting in the trousers.
Oh. Man, if that ever got the hold of you.
Hard to believe they can go so fast on land with those short little stubby legs.
I know.
Yeah. And especially they can start running fast in the water. Don't underestimate them. When they want to go at you out of the water, they start running like hell in the shallow water. They're really fast.
Their feet are amazing. I've actually got 4 toes with like a hoof on the outside. It's very hard. But the toes are very short too, and I guess that allows them to swim much better. They're such a unique animal. There's really nothing else like them.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only hunting, fishing, and trapping magazine. Deluxe wall tents, built in Canada for Canadian conditions. Midland Radios, communication for every adventure.
Well, Stefan, I came here. I said I wanted on hippo, but you see, most hippos are shot in the river, and nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't look as challenging as what we were doing.
Exactly. Yeah. And we are in the good position, or lucky here, that we have a lot of chances to shoot them on the land when they are in small ponds like this here, when they walk on the land.
Yeah.
That's actually a very interesting hunt, you know.
Oh, it's the way I wanted to do
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
And you were saying we're about a mile from the river here.
Yeah, it's a mile away, you know. And they come, when they get kicked out of the river, they travel far inside and look for a small pond where they can stay alone, like this bull, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing, like, just walking up in here, and there's just this little tiny pond, and, it looks so deep, but he was just laying down in it. And then you said we better shoot him before he stands up because he would run.
Yeah, and he would run on the other side out, then we would have lost him. And afterwards, we stalked to the first one, which was a much smaller bull.
Yeah.
And then we had this stalk to him, and we decided not to take him. Then it would have been stupid to let him go, because it was a perfect bull and the perfect opportunity to get him,
Yeah, so, if you think hippo hunting is just, out in a boat or offshore shooting them in the water, it's not. And we walked a long ways to get in here and everything else, and it's just truly amazing. And you were saying this about 2.5 tons?
Yeah.
So
they hang around in this area, yeah.
Wow, just a massive, massive animal. And they're so unique. They really have no relatives in the world, do they? They're a species all to themselves.
Really, it's a strange animal, when you look at it in details, when you check him out,
But that's the cool thing here. You've got so much dangerous game here, and you never know what you're going to be hunting. We did a stalk on some buffalo, half an hour ago. We got in right within 20 meters of them. They were all around us. We couldn't, find a big bull, get a shot. Next thing, we're hunting hippos, and you never know.
That's how it goes here in the Selous. You never know what happens behind the next corner, and especially also with this hippo, what you cannot underestimate, they are very aggressive. Especially bulls like this, when they are alone, when they're kicked out on their own, they are very aggressive.
When he's got nowhere to go here, really, so I can see that. So we're shooting the 375 with the 250 grain GMX, and did a brain shot on him first one. And I want to thank you so much, Stefan. You're such a pleasure. Heritage Safaris.
Well done, perfect, super job.
Thank you. And if you guys ever want to come experience real deal Africa, I mean, man, this is it. And I'm sure you'll be seeing lots more episodes from here yet this year. So we got all our photos done, and we're just going to start cutting them up. But I just kind of wanted to give you a quick look at the business end of Hippo here. They're total vegetarians, but they have these massive, massive teeth, and they're just razor sharp, and mostly they're for fighting. And these big bulls fight a lot, and you'll get one bull takes a bunch of cows, and there's always other bulls trying to come and steal them from him. And so they do have some, you'll see there's big scars all over him from fighting. So, but if they ever grab a hold of you, you're in big trouble. Thank you. So we're just out, we killed a hippo 3 or 4 hours ago, and we left a bunch of the boys that were working with it. They're going to cut up all the meats and take it back to camp and to their families, and we brought a little bit with us, and we just cook some up here. So the age-old adage, how do you eat a hippo? And it's one bite at a time. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Right.
All right, so my first experience eating hippo, just hours after it was killed.
Good, huh?
Nothing wrong with that. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And perfect.
Really good. Holy. Too bad Vanessa's running the camera. She doesn't get any.
What?
But all part of the experience. Everywhere we go, we love to try all the different meats, and where else are you going to try hippo? But here in the Selous in Tanzania.
For more information on hunting in Tanzania or South Africa with Heritage Safaris, check out their website at heritage-safaris.com. Become part of their hunting heritage. These companies have provided products and services that are critical to hunts conducted on Outdoor Quest TV. Check us out online at outdoorquesttv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.